During Saturday night's installment of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, host Jeremy Clarkson welcomed Chris onto the show, who hoped to win as much money as possible. However, after being stumped over a history question at £63,000, the contestant turned to the audience for some help. Introducing the final fastest finger winner onto the show, it was time for Jeremy and Chris to get stuck into the questions. Storming ahead, the contestant managed to successfully work his way up to the £63,000 prize without using any of his lifelines. Jeremy asked where all of his knowledge had come from, with the player replying, "I like quizzing," saying he was on the edge of his seat. It was time for the host to see if Chris was able to answer the next question to get him up to £125,000. Jeremy asked, in 1854, which meteorologist founded what became the Met Office, having previously been captain of Darwin's HMS Beagle voyage? Was it Robert Fitzroy, Francis Beaufort, Joseph Henry, or Gustave Gaspar Coriolis? Looking at the options, Chris admitted he was struggling slightly and was leaning more towards one answer than the others. Telling Jeremy he'd like to ask the audience, the ITV host burst out laughing before asking them if they were ready to help the contestant. After all the votes were obtained, it showed that a large majority of people in the studio thought that Francis Beaufort was the answer. Seeing that over half of the people had gone for option B, Chris said, "It was the one I was thinking." Jeremy told the contestant that he still had 3 other lifelines left to still use if he wanted to. Chris remarked, "I could do 50-50 to try and confirm it. I was leaning towards Beaufort and the audience, they've got some clever faces, so I think I trust them." Acknowledging that it was a risk, Chris decided to listen to the people in the studio and his initial instinct and pick option B. Looking deflated, Jeremy informed the contestant that he had just lost £63,000 as the correct answer was Robert Fitzroy. With the studio silent, Chris said, "That is gutting." "That's a big loss, mate," Jeremy remarked. Calling Chris a fantastic contestant, the host complimented him by adding he was probably one of the best they've ever had on the show. Although the player didn't go home completely empty-handed as he managed to secure £1,000 earlier on in the game. With a defeated smile on his face, Chris said, "That'll do, thank you very much." Who Wants to Be a Millionaire continues Saturday on ITV at 9:30 p.m.